Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of September 26th, 2022. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Nicole Eridix.
Hello.
And Terry Morrow.
Hello.
Every week we chat about what parents are talking, complaining, and obsessing about right now. This week we're complaining about our kids' communication styles and obsessing about our own personal grooming.
Or not.
That's right, or not. We also take a couple of breaks for an entertainment discussion and a recommendation roundup. Today, we are going to talk about the concept of growth mindset. I don't want to say it's a buzzword, but it's like a concept that
And because
I would
I'm
say
an old lady and not buzzy, you are going to explain to me what it is, right?
yes, or maybe Nicole is because she's an educator.
Sounds like something that Warren Buffett would have sent to me along with the offer of $1.5 million that I got in my spam folder. His book on growth mindset, no?
I mean, it basically, Nicole, and you can correct me if I get this wrong, but the idea is that it is the mindset that things can change, right? The opposite is a fixed mindset. So if you have a fixed mindset and you fail a math test, it's like, I'm terrible. I can never get this. I'm dumb. But if you have a growth mindset, it's, well, what did I not prepare well? Do I not understand the material? What can I do better next time? That kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense, Nicole?
Yeah. So basically it's a study of your mindset. Carol Dweck is the, I guess you would say the founder of this concept of growth mindset. It's based on human motivation. And so she talks about what is within our control to foster success. And that includes our mindset. So so either we've got this growth mindset where we look at sort of incidences or situations or development as not a set, like if we have an issue or a goal that we didn't meet or something that we didn't succeed at, we don't look at it as a failure, and we don't use it to give us reason to, set us back. We see it as opportunity to learn and to get better. So, and it's big in the education system now because it also relates to just, social emotional growth and develop.
And praise too. Like it's about not praising a kid for getting an A, but for working hard. Right.
Yeah, in a kind of a roundabout way. It's more about like, let's do our best. Let's learn from this. Let's think we can do this. Let's take it a step at a time, as opposed to, I can't do this. This isn't going to work. I'm done. I failed at it. I'm going to try something different.
Right.
So yeah, praise might be loosely tied to that, but it's.
I'm talking about like the type of praise, like where you don't, that sort of specific, not good job.
Right. Yeah.
But the whole, like, I like how you did X or Y, sort of showing the child,
yes,
or the adult for that matter, like how what they did,
right, and it's strengths based. It's you're like, okay, so these skills aren't fully developed yet. That's okay. You have these other skills that can help you achieve that goal. Like it really just involves a lot of a change in how you encourage others how you motivate other people, right? Or how you motivate yourself, essentially. So yeah, that's kind of the nuts and bolts of it. There's a lot of resources out there on it. but I guess it's
And research.
and research, yeah.
Yeah.
And is it something that you've ever done in your life or with your family, your kids? I guess is the big question of the day.
Well, I sort of militantly had a growth mindset about my kids while they were growing up, and our school district sort of militantly had a fixed mindset. Like, this is what they can do. They can never do any more. You have to understand this is the best they're ever going to be. And let's just make sure they know how to, make eggs when they're at the group home. That's the highest we can aspire to. And I was constantly saying, no, I see at home that they are capable of so much more. They're just not capable of stuff here because you don't expect anything of them. And that was absolutely infuriating, even though looking back, there were times when they were right. And I should have stopped flogging stuff. But there were plenty of times when they were wrong. And honestly, if they had gone about things different, even the things that they were right about would have been wrong. So, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I understand the value of that and the frustration with the other way of doing things. On the other hand, sometimes you do have to cut your losses on stuff, right? It's like, I did badly at this. Maybe I should stop doing this and do something else. Is that a growth option?
I think so. I think
because you have to prune the tree to help it grow better, right?
Right. It's about, okay, we tried this and the method that we tried didn't work. It's not that the person who tried it is a bad person or incapable of doing it.
Are we allowed to say that the other people involved were bad, didn't do their jobs well, and we hate them? Is that an option? You would have done great with that, sweetie, if that teacher hadn't been so mean.
I think, yeah, and we applied it a lot in, I think probably my daughter's case more so than my son's case, but maybe because I was more aware of it by the time she got into her, into the years that we were talking about it. But because, like our kids have their challenges, right? And to focus on the negative all the time, we know doesn't serve them well.
Right.
Right. And so we had a lot of conversations around what she could do and what she could accomplish. And I feel like that was positive for her. I feel like that really helped her because I see her doing things now that I never, none of us ever really thought that she would be, willing to do or wanting to do or whatever.
Right.
It's
I feel
complicated though. I think. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm just.
No, go ahead.
Because
well, yeah, I think it's one of those things that sounds easier.
It can be done. Like my vision of this for my kids would have been they're capable of anything if you expect things of them and try to get them to do things, teach them to read, teach them to do math. And their vision of a growth mindset, the teachers, it seemed to me was like, well, honey, you're never going to read and do math because, but your smile is so beautiful, or we're going to teach you to hold your head up when you walk, son. And then at least, you're doing great at that. We can't say that about anything else. So I feel like it can be, it can be interpreted lots of different ways.
Right.
And it can be abused lots of different ways.
Yeah.
And, sometimes you want to be able to say, hey, let's teach you to do something that's more within your wheelhouse. And sometimes you need to challenge kids. So I don't know that my kids would have been able to do it, but darn it. It used to drive me crazy when the goals were so modest so that we can accomplish it and we can have a feeling of accomplishment. Right. Yay!
Yeah.
So
well, your child has to buy into it too, right? And then needs to be realistic and a little bit ambitious, right? Because we don't want it to be something that's so easy that the kid doesn't value it either.
Yeah.
Right. That sounds like the part of the problem you were having, Terry.
But then on the other hand, I was always a kid who wanted to do the hardest thing. You're going to give a book assignment. Some kids are going to take The Old Man and the Sea. I'm going to take War and Peace. You know, I was always going for the most ambitious thing. But with my kids, you know what? If reading and math is hard and somebody says, hey, we can work on this, or we can eat cookies, you know, there's quite a lot of kids who are going to say, yo, the cookies sound good. This stuff is hard. I don't want to do anything that's hard. Right? So you have to be careful with it. I mean, I think it's in general good, but so very fraught with the potential for human error.
Oh, yeah.
By people who think that they're doing the right thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though I tell them many, 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 many times that they're not.
Catherine, is it something you've ever used in your years of parenting?
I mean, I think so. It's hard to, it's kind of like in the vague background. You know what I mean? Like it's, I think I definitely have been conscious of, you know, let's find the way that works for you kind of thing. You know, not that, you know what, this is just impossible, so we're not gonna do it. I mean, I think sports can definitely provide this if you have the right coach, for sure. Which a lot of them are not doing this, but you know, the ones that do, then I think that can work really well in that arena, right? If you have a coach whose goal is to, you know, not always win every game, but build skills and build, like, I don't want to say build character, but I mean, build sportsmanship and self-confidence and all those things. If you have a coach that values those things, then that can be very good.
Yeah.
Not all of them do.
So do you have to pick up the pieces when they don't?
I mean, sure, sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. So you supplemented those conversations.
Yeah. I mean, you know, my daughter had, you know, 4 years of being on one team and trying to move up to the next level.
Right.
And being stuck, you know, at one below where she wanted to be for a long time. Right. But, you know, she kept up with it. She kept trying and, you know, eventually she got there. And also she had some good experiences on the way on the lower level team, you know, and she was able to see that. She was able to see, you know, I'm having we have a good thing going here too. So it's, you know, that other team is not always all it's cracked up to be. And then, you know, the coach that she had all through her childhood and high school and everything really wasn't supportive or getting kids excited about the collegiate level of their sport. You know, she was all about, you know, you have to go to the tip top highest or don't do it. And, you know, my daughter ignored that and now she's skating at the collegiate level and she loves it because it's still competitive for sure. And she still works very hard. And she still gets that team experience, but everyone has like just a slightly more realistic view of it. And it's really been a good experience for her. So
Nice.
Yeah. So she grew into it.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. Do we have a growth mindset for our podcast?
Yes, we want to get...
We want as many followers as Nicole's son's cat.
Oh, boy. That's a big goal.
I think we maybe need to have, let's see, make our expectations real. Maybe we can't have that, but we can be super loved by the listeners we have, right?
That's right.
Mike, you out there, Mike? We know Mike likes us. Right? Oh, well. That's it for today's round 1. Tune in tomorrow for our entertainment-themed round 2 and later in the week to find out what we're complaining about, obsessing about, and recommending right now. We're always interested in what you have to say, so drop us a comment on our website, our Facebook page, or Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.